when I first came to this place, like, years ago, yes, it is this kind of dungeon still. What's up, Rush Bros? Welcome back to the Daggerfall playthrough. It is currently part 37, and in the last episode we went and checked up on Morgaia, and I kind of tried to... I mostly got through a good chunk trying to go the legit way before eventually just saying, you know, screw it, we're just going to cheese it. I think we got this pauldron in the last episode. I know we got the chest piece in the last episode, but as you can see, we now have an ebony right pauldron, ebony cuirass. Got like mithril boots. Still have steel gauntlets, which sucks. But you know, we can definitely fix that. And in the last episode, I kind of teased that, well, we're currently level 10. I think the next level is literally the max level before we get like the final quest, before the final stretch of the game. So we definitely need to grind, because level 10 is not even close to the right level for the final stretch of the game. I'm telling you now, the game really does not understand what a good final level is like. Because we definitely need to be closer to level 20. And we definitely need more thaumaturgy. More mysticism too. Our restoration ain't that bad. Definitely have a good axe skill. Could definitely up our illusion, alteration, and destruction though. But in the last episode, if I can get my buttons right, there we go. Last episode, I did kind of tease that maybe we would head here. We could. I think we still could, because there is a single dungeon, though y'all can't see it. You would actually need to look at like a map on the UASP, but there's a dungeon that's located right around here on this map, and it's not too far from, like, say, this little island up here, say, Rorke Hall right here. And I mean, it's only 4 days away. And I mean, we're just out here in the water apparently. That's dumb. Yeah, and we could just head, as dumb as it may seem, from Rorke Hall all the way down to Cybiades. And this could definitely take a while, because I mean, we're located like right here, and we have to get right here. In fact, I'm not even sure if... Yeah, as you can see, the maps are kind of unaligned, because it says I'm off the island when I'm on it. So, it's definitely weird. In fact, the dungeon, it shows up on the map, like, over out of the water too, but it's actually on land. So, of course, if that's the case, and I'm saying at this pixel, then we should definitely very far veer southeast. So, I'm going to face southeast, hop a no-name, and we're just going to take a little journey. I'm going to drop a save here, and I think this could be a good little speed ahead. So yeah, enjoy some vibes. This is probably going to take an hour. We're going to start heading to Cybiades. So I'll catch y'all over on the other side. No frickin' way, I found it. Alright, so here's the ruins of Kosh Hall. Let's see if I can see it normally, and then I'll just fast travel to it, but no way, I actually got to it. Alright, the ruins of Kosh Hall. Welcome to the Jewel of Cybiades. This here is the only location of interest in this entire continent. Though it is funny, I can see something way off over here. It's probably just another, yeah, it's just a little landmark. This area is literally just not all that much special, other than literally the one dungeon, though there is this kind of cool looking landmark. It's probably a remnant of a time lost past, and it's possible that this is mostly just a pirate region, because of course there is literally only this one dungeon way out here. There's no way to know about this dungeon. It's just way out here. Like, the only way you can learn about this dungeon is on the UASP, and literally all of Cybiades is just completely blank. It's just a massive landmass in every direction, with plenty of creeks and rivers through it. And it's literally only this one dungeon. Which, the reason I came out here is simple. This is a lawless land. So if this dungeon is probably the most unique dungeon in the entire game, we're going to make this our base of operations. May have a few enemies in here, but other than that, like, it's not too bad. When I first came to this place, like, years ago, yes, it is this kind of dungeon still. Oh, I heard it. I heard a pest. I could smell them from a mile away. I knew I'd find their secret hideout. I knew I'd find them. Your queen is forfeit, for I have found your main nest. I will slaughter your kin now. Also, I'm going to use this place to basically just grind until we eventually get a full suit of possibly Daedric. Just something better, you know? Because, well, I would love to actually be able to use this place for a good reason, and, well, we can definitely train our skills here. Make sure we get nice and topped off on everything. And I'm going to get more equipment, because of course we still have steel gauntlets, which is not the best. I guess I can drop a save in here. And we can do a bit of exploring, clear some monsters out, so we can rest in some place. And of course, this place it's just your classic dungeon. If I remember correctly, this place is actually not that big, too. It's actually very small by Daggerfall dungeon design. And it's just your basic run-of-the-mill dungeon, too. It's like not that special at all. So, you know, it's perfect if you're just grinding out at a low level, or even if you're just grinding out normally. Of course, we do need to rest up in the place, and I mean, I spend most of my run time already just doing that speed ahead. I mean, it took an hour to get out here, or at least nearly an hour. And I mean, you would have seen it, because yeah, it's one hell of a stretch. It's one hell of a stretch getting out here. It's a journey, I can say the least. But it's definitely worth it to catch and kill some centaurs. You know, get rid of the infestation, the vermin. And you just need a good spot to chill out and rest, you know? This seems like a good place to relax in, at the very least. I mean, it's not that big of a dungeon. Once we empty it, we can start training skills and just rest up. I mean, emptying it isn't going to be that bad, because again, it's not that big. And the enemies here are relatively easy. Not very many magic users in this place, I can tell you that much. Yeah, that's just a useless steel pauldron. You know, we don't need steel. We need something better than steel. There we go. Found a place I can finally rest. Let's go ahead and get nice and fully healed. I'm going to jump back all the way to the top floor. We're going to place down a warp sign. I guess I can check the wardrobes, see if they work. They don't really, so that was kind of dumb. Alright. So let's go ahead and place down a warp anchor. Can't rest with enemies, but we can drop a save. And of course, we can just heal as we go along now and just constantly rest, and we have an anchor all the way at the top. So let's go ahead and clear this dungeon out, I suppose. Oh man, it's going to feel so nice. Finally clearing out some centaurs and half-breeds. So I do hear some nasty monsters down here. Could just be background noise, but you know, I do hear something horrible. Could be something in the water. Might be water down here. I don't know. It's been forever since I've been in this dungeon. The Ruins of Kosh Hall is definitely a nice dungeon. Very nice, short, sweet, and simple. And it has a centaur literally in the first room, so it's perfect, you know. It's a centaur dungeon. We can call it a centaur dungeon. I think there are a few areas in this game where there are guaranteed enemies like that. Alright, we can fully heal. Drop a save. Teleport back at a moment's notice. Have we discovered any secret passages? Doesn't look like it. Looks like we're kind of just going in a straight line, which is nice. Definitely a nice break from the usual Mega Labyrinth. Ooh! Got an Orc Sergeant. So I see the Centaurs are working with General X and his old associates. Good. I love a nice revenge story, especially one that's cut short by the villain. Me. Alright, we're going to go ahead and, I guess, heal up here. There we go. Get some good restoration experience. Go ahead and stab this person in the back. There we go. That should give us at least a bit of backstabbing experience and a bit of stealth. That person just did not stand a chance. Yeah, we're kind of just power leveling through this. And of course, these people don't really have much of anything of actual use to us, but that is fine because we can just keep hacking our way through them. Barbarians and all. Barbarians, warriors and all. And oh look! An ebony warhammer that we can sell. That is very nice. Ooh. And of course we're missing a few paths and avenues, but that's perfectly fine because we can just come back for those. Like you see here, there's a torture hall with another Orc Sergeant, an Orc Warlord or whatever, carrying iron weapons and steel armor. Or no, just iron armor. Like, wow, he's that weak. But hey, there's some torture equipment here, which is very nice. Seems like we can keep exploring. We got a dead end here, but there is a door here. Looks like they got a cage where they would shove their experiments for making centaurs. Ugh, horrid beasts, I tell ya. And hey, look, there's a secret door here. Well, it's not so secret. I mean, when closed, you can kind of tell the outline is there. It doesn't really line up with the mesh all too well. And of course, it's a centaur tunnel. You know, with how short this dungeon is, and with how unique it feels, I wonder if this was once meant to be a story dungeon. You know, like, why is there a turn dial there? You know, you don't see turn dials in any other dungeon, nor do you see these stairways. I've yet to see anything like that in any other dungeon. And yet they're just kind of sitting here, chilling. There we go. Oh. Of course, we got ourselves a rogue. Haven't seen a rogue yet. Huh. Unique enemies. An elven war axe. Not very useful. And of course, we just came from the tunnels, and there's a new doorway over here. Guess we can drop save. Since we're going through the place. Ooh, lock has nothing to fear from me. Does not unlock. Open up! Oh, there's a brick wall here. Usually means portal room, so you know we can definitely teleport later. Please tell me there's not something in there. Okay, good. I thought I saw a lever out of the corner of my eye inside the portal room. That would suck. But you know, it is what it is. Alright, so I guess we can explore this way. See what all we got. I'm getting a weird sense of deja vu, but I guess this is new, so... I wonder... I guess this dungeon is pretty big, but still, it's not as big as other dungeons. Plenty of orc warlords, though. Ooh! I am not reading anymore, because that takes up way too much time. Got a silver claymore, silver dagger, can't use any of those. Take the gold pieces, that's steel greaves, that's useless. A -4 helm, +4 helm, but whatever. Yeah, literally both these rooms are useless to me. They hold literally no use. So yeah, that's a dead end. Cool, cool. So we're reaching more dead ends. Sack on the floor. They really need to clean up after themselves in these dungeons. You know, like, what am I supposed to expect from centaurs, but still. There are at least some civil orcs around. They're more civil than centaurs. They could clean up. Steel shortbow. Some gold. Nothing else of value. Got a cage room, so this is where they do more experiments. I mean, we got an archer right here. Oh boy. Of course, I'm hearing more orcs and stuff. Now, they're everywhere, sounds like. So yeah, we got a cage room here. Guess we can check this area, see what all we got. It seems like we got more stairs. Leads up to some guy keeping watch at this doorway. Okay, that's actually cool. There's a chair and a guy standing in front of it next to a doorway. You know, like, this dungeon feels unique, you know, like, it has personality. I feel like this dungeon has to be handmade. Because, you know, it feels different. And I mean, look at this, another torture room. He was guarding a torture room that has a guy in it who was also sitting next to a chair. You know, like, their positions between chairs seems unique. Like, that seems very intentional. Of course, I got plenty of arrows I can sell. I mean, look at that. That's just a steel war axe. Not very useful. I still don't know what that turn dial did, though. I guess it opens something somewhere, and I'll just see it later. You know, like if I come across, like a trapdoor or something that's just like sprung wide open, how interesting would that be? And of course, these guys just drop random loot, and it's like random level loot. So on occasion, they may drop some good stuff since I'm level 10, which is like just barely the highest level. Like, just barely when you're supposed to be going into the end game, so, you know, it's not going to be, we're not going to get, like, 300,000 Daedric items. I guess that's around, like, level 20 or so. And stuff like that just drops commonplace. I mean, we got a Daedric dagger, so obviously we're supposed to be getting Daedric by now. I guess just a dagger, though, which sucks. Would be very nice if I got a Daedric axe, though. Specifically a Daedric two-handed axe. Because, you know, the two-handed axes are just better, and I mean, look at that, I can't even carry a dagger. We got this archer here. Seems like we just got a ton of people that, oh, I can't even grab the gold. Ooh, so we're actually starting to look slim. I mean, there are plenty of rogues here that do drop some good stuff, but I can't pick any of it up because I am way too encumbered, huh? Tell you what, we'll just... Yeah, I see you. Yeah, that's just a power play to be able to just stand there and take a few hits. Like, that has to do some intimidation or something. Like, imagine some guy just strolling up into your cult room, and he just literally sits there right in front of you, taking sword swings to the face, and is just like, what? And then just decides to swirl his hands around, suddenly he's better. Are you stuck behind that cage? Yeah, so, can't carry anything else, huh? Sucks, because these people probably dropped some good loot. But I wouldn't know any better, would I? Guess what I can do? Like how it doesn't even register that cage there. Let's see here, I have 60 mana. That's enough to warp back. Alright, let's go ahead and teleport back. We're going to stay here. We're going to drop everything off. Because we are getting to that point where we have a lot of loot on us. And of course, we can just, once we're done with this dungeon, we're just going to haul everything off into the distance and sell it all, basically. Yeah, because we got plenty of encumbrance to work with. Still hear those orcs. You know, I do wonder what's down that one pit, though. I guess I can take a look. Because, you know, it's a good point of interest, and wow, look at how many skills just increased. Yeah, we're definitely reaching level 11 soon. And, like, level 11 is basically near the end. And yeah, we'll just walk past the dead centaur. And yeah, as you can see, there's this hole in the ground. Not sure what's down it. Let's find out. We're going to go ahead and, I guess, find out what's at the bottom of this hole, and then maybe wrap things up, since I've been traveling for quite some time, and I just want to explore a bit before I wrap things up. Looks like we got an Orc War Chief down here. That's the guy who's been, yeah, an Orc Warlord, whatever. That's the guy who's been annoying me, preventing me from resting in the starting area. Glad to clear that guy up. Got nothing down in this lower section. Seems like the upper section, it's not interconnected, but it is very close to another section I was in. That's cool. So I guess I can float up then. You can see what this door has to offer, and if it's a lot, then yeah, it's not that much. It's literally just one room. You would literally only be able to go in here through that drop. So yeah, this Orc War Chief was literally just sitting here for all eternity, stuck, probably starving. I guess he messed up with a rope or got punished in some way. And oh look, more Orc Warlords. And I guess some people who were... Wait a minute, don't tell me. Is that how they make centaurs? I come in and see one centaur, and then I see many orcs and humans. Wait, that's an orcish tono. You know, I may as well take it, because it might prove useful. You know, I don't think I've ever seen orcish in this game before. It's, like, incredibly rare. It is literally one of the rarest type of, armaments in the game, like one of the rarest materials in the entire game. And oh, I just recast fly. You know what? We definitely have we definitely cleared out a good bit of this dungeon. I guess we can haul back what we have, rest up near the entry point, and then I guess wrap things up, because we've made some good progress so far. We definitely we definitely made it all the way to Cybiades by ourselves, which is nice. We can rest all the way up here, which is really good. Oh, and our Orcish skill has increased. That's going to be useful for later, I think. You know, maybe we have to do some diplomacy with some orcs at some point. Who knows? That would be interesting. Really want to go to Orsinium area. I've never been there before, but it seems like such a cool area. I want to go to Orsinium. But anyways, I am going to wrap this episode up. I managed to make it over to Cybiades and managed to get into the ruins of Kosh Hall, the Jewel of Cybiades. Which is funny because it says here, in the eyes of the law of Cybiades, you are a common citizen. There is literally no law in Cybiades. Or Cybiades. But still, this was definitely a good bit of a run here, and I do hope y'all enjoyed my little rush here and my little overview of the first entryway of the halls of Kosh ruins, or the Kosh Hall's ruins of Kosh Hall, my bad. But anyways, we're going to set up base here and spend the next few episodes just training up, getting up to, I guess, around level 20 or so, literally just bullying this one dungeon in particular, getting as much loot as we can. And yeah, I do hope you all enjoyed this episode. This has been your bro Frostfruit, and I think I'll get to catch you on the next one. Later!